Hey, good morning, everybody. This is the professor with Day Trading for Success. So we're back for another morning of trading live demonstration. So today I have kind of my new layout. Again, it's ever changing, as you know. I have a group of 20 traders with me on Zoom. I'm in the studio here. Charlie, she's over here handling the chat. And please read this disclaimer. I am not a licensed financial advisor. Please seek the advice of somebody that you trust before you try to emulate any of these trading styles. And be careful. Trade in a sim first and make sure it's working for you. So please read that. So today we're going to be doing Tesla, popular demand based on the RV strategy criterion. So basically, we're trading a range-bound strategy called the RV strategy. It's $25 billion minimum market cap, $1 billion minimum float. In other words, looking for large and mega cap stocks that can move in a range comfortably. They call it the RV strategy based on a recreational vehicle, meaning it can move a distance, but comfortably. So you kind of when you create that range, you're kind of expecting the stock to move within that range throughout the trading period that has been back tested and checked out here. So we'll talk about how we get to that range in just a minute. Let's talk about this layout first. So this is the new dashboard up here. I reduced my picture a little bit so you could see how the lines were across. But it's got, besides having they're called the sentiment dashboard here, besides having the buy, sell, and the market price, it also has another tool over here we'll go into. Now, I did script another version of this that both of these versions, all these scripts will be available at the Million Dollar Margin Club's YouTube channel, and I think I was about to say their website. I think their website too, and that's Million-Dollar-Margin Club. That's the YouTube channel, and I think that tells you how. I'm not exactly sure of the website, but I think if you type in Million Dollar Margin Club, you'll probably come up with it. It's a pretty big deal now. But so I am creating scripts for them. This one here at the bottom will be available on this. This is the most famous of all scripts that I originally scripted over a year ago. I keep changing it, and this kind of changed scalping and day trading for everybody because this shows all the sellers and the buyers within each candlestick, their exact percentage, their exact sentiment at any given moment, and this is just really popular. And this is going to be for free for you on this layout, as well as this layout will be free for you under the information. So hopefully you won't just turn off and go straight to that, and you'll see other stuff that we have here. But basically what we live on is your views. So if you can please subscribe and watch every video we have 10 times, that would be great. But there's a lot of great information on the channel, how to set up your scanners so you don't have to pay for a service, how to build a layout like this, how to set up your charts, just how to see which way the market's going to go in the morning, not to mention tons of live trading video archives to show you how to do different methods of scalping, different strategies that we try out here, escalator strategy, RV strategy, and now with the advent of the new book coming out, Day Trading Volume 4, we're trading all of those strategies, and we're running at about a 90% accuracy on those. So we're really thinking that book's got some legs and is going to be really good for beginners and professionals to trade. Trading the open is always so exciting. And that's not what I'm going to be doing today. I'm talking about it, but there's also this sort of like real gamble aspect, like which way is it going to go in that few moments. So that book kind of takes that mystery out of it, what to look for, how to go in it, and it has the range bound strategies as well, breakout ranges that it has, and it also has a volatility level meter that you can figure out which stock to get, all kinds of stuff. So I would highly recommend that book. And then it had a companion book that came out this is just a couple of weeks ago. This all came out. A companion book that had the fifth, what they call the Holy Grail strategy. They're also logbooks, which is what I like about them so much because they're study guides. All the Million Dollar Margin Club books are study guides. So I promote those books as well as others, which I'll talk about briefly here. Day Trading Volume 1 is what this strategy is. Day Trading Volume 2 is all the candlestick patterns. It's the only book that rates them. So you need some candlestick pattern book. I recommend you buy one. Maybe there's another one you like better. I like that one because it's the only one that has a rating system. So it's very clear and concise. And then they have a Day Trading Volume 3 that sort of backs that up with puzzles and games. So you pretty much are going to know what you have all the way down the line. The next author, besides the $1 Million Margin Club, I heavily promote is Mark Douglas, Trading in the Zone, to kind of gets in your head, because it's not just technical analysis, it's mental analysis, and you really need to understand yourself. And I re-listened to that book over and over and over again as an audiobook, and I would highly recommend that book whenever things aren't going right for you, if you're just trying to grasp the probabilities and of just trading generally. Another one, Tom Hougaard, Best Loser Wins. That's another great book. I have a link to that. So books that I believe in on the channel will be links to. But other than that, we're going to get right into this strategy. So this sentiment script that I've done will be available. This other one over here, which shows the 5M, 15M, 30M, 1 hour, and 4 hour, 1H and 4H. This is multi-chart alignment. You see down here, these are telling you what those candles closed at on the other charts. This is extremely helpful. Now, I was figuring this stuff all out all the time over the years by having my charts opened up on different, I have 6 screens around me, and that came in very handy to do it that way. But now, right on the screen with labeled, so you pretty much know that the stock's going down. So remember, so many traders only trade on 4-hour candlesticks. That's when they make their moves. And then so many more trade on 4 hours than trade on 4 hour, than trade on 1 hour, and more trade on 1 hour charts than trade on 30-minute charts, and more on 30-minute than 15-minute, more on 15-minute than 5-minute, and more on 5-minute than 1 minute. So knowing what those other traders are doing, pardon the redundancy there of what those other traders are doing, is so important, right? It's so important that you know that, and you usually look at other charts to see when people say go in at the perfect entry when the charts align, they don't mean up in space. Like, so the candlestick charts, the more that they align, the better edge you have. That's all. It could still go against you, but this is really helpful. So this is set on every 5-minute increment, and it tells you when those 5 minutes have reached a larger time frame. So you can see when it comes up to this dotted line, I know, besides just looking at the quick 1-minute data, I need to make a decision in here. So this is another one I've scripted for the $1 Million Margin Club. It's going to be over there for them. And then this other one, also, there's another one. I trade market for everybody here, but I made this so it also has the bid, the ask, and the spread. So they'll have 2 versions. Most people use that version, to be honest with you. We do a lot of competitions with market, and on Thinkorswim, we want to get filled. So we use their own little dark pool to make sure we get filled, and that's why it's on market. So that's how we can get 1,000 shares filled without a hiccup. They're promising us 2.7% liquidity, which means 2.7, whatever you see down here automatically before it starts to slip. These are multiplied by 100, and 50% of these, at least probably close to 70%, are not being shown from all the different exchanges that are coming through. So that's sort of the 2 scripts. And then I've been working on 3 scripts. Then I've been working on this one, which is really cool. You would think about it as the volume profile that I've been using. This is the value high, this is the value low, literally telling you when price action volume has stopped. So it's stopped and there's a big gap. So see how it turned around. So this is actually telling you another thing, along with multi-chart alignment, along with the scalping indicator, along with candlestick patterns. One more thing to watch. See how the price action's coming in here on these volume bars? It's pulling it down. This is previous price action volume. Here's the mean center of that, the average overall from the beginning of today. So this is just today, not a day, but today. So this is extremely useful. This is another intellectual property of mine that I'm scripting. It's a lot like the one Thinkorswim has, but I'm having it predict, much like your EMA does versus your SMA. I'm having it predict the upcoming data. So this is going to be very useful for people. I'm still not quite done with it yet. This will be one that's over at the $1 Million Margin Club. And if you watched yesterday's video, I did take off these volume bars here. They will have them over there. If you can watch yesterday's to see on the scalpers indicator. Excuse me. If you want these different ones that I'm showing, they should be over there. Not yet, because I haven't given them to them yet, but they will have them soon once I feel the bugs are all out of them. So in the next couple of weeks, all these will be over there on their site. And this one will be here already for you for free, as will this layout. So just to go over this layout again, I have a day chart minimized down here. This is an active trader here. This is the level 2. This is a 15-minute chart. This is a 5-minute chart with a MACD and the RSI. This is another 5-minute chart. This is a reduced 30-minute, reduced 1 hour, reduced 4 hours. Now, these are all set up so I can laid out this way on the layout so I can quickly set up different strategies that I trade in the morning. So it's a bit messy. If you're not used to it, you don't need to do it this way. I am looking right here to trade for the most part and over here on the market maker. I don't even glance over here as much as I used to. I do on the MACD occasionally because now I have them right up here. So I'm starting to get used to using this already, and you guys will be able to do that too once it's available over there for you. So we will be starting to trade in just a minute. I will be doing what they call quarterbacking. Sorry for my voice. And it's one of those mornings where I just can't get it to get the frog out. And everybody seems to be here. So the way the RV strategy works is you look for basically, you have to create a range first. So you look, these are all day candles. You look at the close of yesterday. So right to the right of my picture, you see $226.17. That's when that closed yesterday. So, and that's right here. Let me just make sure that's right. That is the 11th. This is the 10th. Once again, it does not look correct to me. Oh my God, are you kidding me? No. Let me just see that. So 226.17, and then half the ATR. You take the average true range over a 14-day period, and you divide that by 2. So that's $5.72. Basically, $5.72. So $5.72. I'm just doing this quickly in my head. Is going to be 231. Yeah, this is not right. Oh my God. I didn't set this up myself. So, yes, that's right. I'm not guilty. I'm blaming somebody else. That sounded terrible, didn't it? I am annoyed by this. This keeps happening. I don't understand exactly how she's setting this up incorrectly, but we're gonna give her a break. And I'm just going to figure this out myself here. So, so we've got a close of 226.17. Sorry, guys. Let me just fix it. And then we're going to add what I just said a minute ago, which is 550, 575, 577. So that should be 231.94. So somehow it got to 236. It might have just been a typo here. And this one looks right. We'll just double check. We've only got a few minutes to start trading, guys. But this is how you do set up your ATR if you're wondering about it. So I'll look at the close. Again, it's 226.17 minus 570 something. 574. Yeah. So that one looks right. Okay, good. All right. So it looked like that was just a typo. So anyway, you set up. I'm sorry. So you set up that range. That's your ATR high, that's your ATR low. And the idea is that the price action moves within that range, and then we need to find levels that we want to go in and out of trades besides all those indicators. So you open up a Fibonacci. This is all based on a strategy in Day Trading Volume 1, the RV strategy. You snap a high and a low on a 5-minute, 10-day chart. It's always left to right, and then your Fibonacci levels will open up, and they give you support and resistance levels within this range. You can see there's a couple of them that we're going to want to respect. See how they turn around at these levels. We do it again on a 5-minute on a 2-day. Again, they're snapped, and I took an open session rather than the pre-market here to get it gives it a little bit more validity if they're that close. So I always recommend doing that. And then a bunch more snapped inside here, as you can see. And then finally, the strategy calls for going to either you go to your 4-hour chart, then your 1-hour chart, then your 15-minute chart, then your 5-minute chart. You only go down in progression if you can't find enough support and resistance lines that you would want to use. So I happen to know that the 4-hour didn't have enough and went right to the 1-hour. And basically what you're doing is, and just now that we've changed the ATR, I'm just making sure, yeah, good. Okay, it worked out fine. Just trying to think, it probably would be better if there was another one in this area, but we'll just see. And you're looking for where the candlesticks, wicks, or body have abruptly turned around. And you're looking for that as historical data where they've stopped, rested, or turned around. And then you mark those as additional guidelines and help as to where the stock might do it again. Recent historical data within the ATR levels, and sometimes a little bit out of them, is often where it will exactly turn around again, because it's traders that do that, right? It's traders that make that happen. So we're looking for that kind of, we're looking for that kind of thing to happen again and back us up here. All right, guys, let me just set this up. There's my MACD RSI. Yeah, it's a shorting day, honestly, but it's swaling up right now, so we'll see what it's going to do here. So the buying just didn't reach its level here. Right now, the sellers are kind of taking over. It's a little slow. I'm expecting, this is pulling it down a little bit. I'm expecting that, as you can see this nice and clear now, the volume's about to pick up again, I believe, for the 10 o'clock here. New York Stock Exchange, United States, is where we are trading. So the market opens at 9:30 a.m. This strategy calls for you going in at 10 to a half hour after market opens. So that's usually when there's a bump in it. Usually, all this stuff is probability. Usually, you have to have a max loss. My max loss is $1,000 per trade. I do not expect to get to it anywhere near it. My goal, especially how slow this is moving, my goal is $5,000 a day, as most of you know, and I sometimes do as high as $40,000 a day. It's amazing how this strategy has taken over, although I like to make a couple quick thousand every morning on the new open strategies I keep testing. But since March of last year, when the best-selling book came out for this strategy, on the chat, so many people and emails, we have millionaires here. They're showing me their accounts and things, which I keep saying, please don't. And I really mean that. Please don't. But I'm glad that you're doing so good, but I'll believe you. You don't need to show me anything. It's kind of I always see that as kind of a marketing ploy, so I don't like that for other channels. Then people that are making $100 a day, $200 a day, $300 a day on a regular, consistent basis, or $2,000 a week, or $5,000 a week, and you know who you are, and there's hundreds of you trading this strategy that are doing that. Yeah, I see it. Okay, so we're almost ready to go, guys. Let's see. Well, I got to tell you, I'm going to call it short. I can't. I'm looking at this and I know it's retracing, but it's banking on this fib, so it's giving us a little bit of a little bit of feeling that it might go up. I'm actually going to short right there, guys. So on the bump up. So I did go in 4 seconds early for those of you that weren't ready. But as you know, you're responsible for your own trades. And I'm going to be just managing this trade for a minute. So it started out good. And we're looking for this to be our first possible resistance to turn around. So that's the even dollar and also where historical level showed it. So you'll probably see me manage the trade by reversing if it gets to that level. So I'm looking for the 220-foot one. I'm looking at market maker in case the candlesticks don't actually. There it is. I took it. I hit it right there and made $900 on the first trade. So now I'm expecting a retracement, and then we'll go back down with it. And I would turn around for sure at this ATR level. As you know, I always turn around at the ATR level. But now let's keep in mind that all this price action coming in is above this. And it is telling us that it wants to go up. So we may not get just a straight down. So let's, we may be getting this back and forth action, trading within the range, which is what this strategy is all about. Where's the highs? Like way up here somewhere. Yeah, way up there. So we're down near the lower ATR level now. I'm glad to see that I got filled instantly. Thinkorswim's doing its job on our little dark pool action. And now if it's just a little too much, then 2.7, it will slip down to fill me, and then I'll get slippage. I might get $100, $200 with 1,000 shares. So I am going to be keeping a close eye on that. But most people would want to trade ask and bid. You will get partials. Keep your flat and key up. So you don't have to type when you're trying. Okay, so look at all this price action coming in here. See all this? This is my new indicator. All right, now this is technically historical data, but very, very recent historical. There is the mean center of that. It was formerly called, recently called, priorly called the point of control, since I have my new indicator out that's a little bit different. Working with them, and still there's this copy written, so I'm not matching it. It's a completely new script. I have to rename all these things. It's still in beta testing, but I really like the way it's working, so I'm very excited. So let's look for this fib as a possible turnaround. This is a great trade, so it's going to bounce off that fib, guys. Let's see if it's turning around. It looks like it might be. That's at 44. There was a little bit of a bounce down, 20 cents. Yeah, I could have caught something there. But wow. So the price action is below that magnet, I'll call it. And that's why I'm thinking this is it for this trade. But the scalping indicator is saying otherwise. So we have, and look at the multi-chart alignment saying otherwise. So, and we're 1 minute away from that. Right here, look at all the green up here. Look at the green up here. Look at the 93%. So that is superseding this right here. This is the most recent data. This is a few minutes before. So it's not like that doesn't exist, but these people are going to start changing their mind. So yeah, we're holding here for a little bit. Now this is the top of that volume profile. So as this goes up, to confirm, I would love to see this magnet pull up. If it doesn't pull up, I'm not going to have as much confidence in the other readings, but right now they are totally superseding. There we go. We have a little dip finally. And I don't want it to shoot straight down and lose this whole trade. So, but still, predominantly calling it to go up. So we're going to continue to go up with all the data that I'm seeing. So guys, it will be important for you to get these indicators and to learn how to use them, as well as patterns. This is a tweezer pattern, which means it's going to go up 80. I think it's an 84% chance it will go up the length of the previous candle. So if you add that to that, it's right about at that level, but we passed it. Wow. So will it actually break that? Wow, it is. That's amazing. Yeah, I'm gonna actually reverse there. What did I get that at? 43. I got it at that level. That's just too much data pulling it down, honestly. But let's wait and see. Did that pull up? Did that magnet pull up? It didn't pull up, did it? No. I'm going to go. It looks like it's going up. I'm going to try to take it up a little higher here. Let's see if it goes back up. I'll take that. A reverse, what did I get it at? Oh, 25. That's not as good. Okay. I thought I was closer to the 43. I was actually looking at the money, and now that's a sort of a fatal mistake to do that. So let's try that again. I'm at 09 now, and I'm looking for it to go back up and bank off that fib maybe. So what do we got there? 30, 25, 30, 32. I'm getting worried. I'm just going to take it there. So I broke 4K. It's too many taps here, so I don't think it's going to break it. Might. And I'll just manage. You heard me say it before. Okay, so now we have a hangman here, and this is a pattern at a support after it just pulled through here. This is a reversal sign. Even if it takes a second, yeah, well, don't call me a liar, but this should reverse according to that, this, and this is the only thing that's saying no. So you're never going to get 100%, right? You never. But the 5 minutes red now, well, it keeps going back and forth on multi-chart alignment, but we have 4 minutes before these guys, 15, 30, and 1 hour, possibly make a decision at least. But really, for the 15 minute, it's 10 minutes away. So they're just staying in their position. Think about it that way. They're not reacting, So but the indicators will become important for you, and I'm sure you're going to be able to get them for free to practically nothing over there, because the $1 Million Margin Club that actually got me to do this, as you know, I've been working with them for over a year now on other things, and we trade together and stuff. They're not interested in. They want it. They want to sell books, and I want you to log. Is what I want you to do. I want you to log. And I used to be a teacher. I can't help it. It's in my blood. And how I monetize, I'm not completely altruistic, obviously, is by you watching, subscribing, and that helps me pay for the little bit I have to pay here without using my own trading money. And then the big reward is that hearing how you guys are doing. And I know some of you are still struggling, and some of you are angry at me. I can't, if I want to be happy for the good stuff, unfortunately I have to be sad for the people that aren't doing well. And so I never stop trying to call out what I see and come up with new ways. So I'm going to be spending a lot more time on a lot more indicators that some people might say is just too busy and I'm not interested. And that's fine. These charts are busy. I made them less busy than yesterday, but they're busy, and it might not be for you. And scalping might not be for you. This is definitely an acquired taste, guys, obviously. So I'm looking at this fib, guys, because does seem to be stuttering to take a reversal to go. But I predominantly want to play this down. I don't want to lose track that I believe this is going down today. MACD keeps getting weaker, though. So, I don't know. The volume, this only came just over half. It's going back up. I should have caught that. And then what happens is when I'm talking to everybody, I miss moves because I'm looking and showing and trying to explain. In some ways, that's okay. I don't like over trading. I've started to overtrade with you guys a lot, and I don't recommend that you reverse at all. Frankly, I think you should get out, wait a few minutes, get back in. It's definitely more of an advanced way to trade, and it's extremely risky to reverse. And you always get slippage on the reverse. So, and you do have to have that feature turned on. This is all on Thinkorswim. Should have said that right in the beginning because you probably stop watching and you're going to ask all these questions. But yeah, it's all Thinkorswim, and reverse you have to activate. And these scripts aren't available yet except this one, which I said right in the very beginning, this and the layout. So here we are again, right at that level. Now we're hitting the point of control. So there's more reasons to turn around here. Keeping a close eye, guys. It's just that the sellers went up on the scalping indicator right when I thought about it. Now you can see that up here as well as down here. This has the histogram that helps. So it broke through the point of control. So now it's gone to the next fib. Yeah, it's just yeah, it's stopping at that fib. I'm going to try to catch this retracement this time. What did I get it at? Oh, it went from 54 to 70. But I banked that money anyway. I thought I was down. I saw 54. I thought it was way down here. But I went around. I turned around at the 70. Look at the price action coming up. This is going to pull up. This is going to pull up. Just wait a second, guys. Not much probably, but at least up to the point of control, I would guess, in that general area. So give it a second, over 22. Now remember, the even dollar amounts are resistance as well. It passed the 22 fast, but then it kind of stalled there. I'm looking for it to get up to that next resistance level, 222.25-ish area. Remember, these are ishes. You're not, there's very subjective exactly where you put those levels. So you're kind of looking in the general area as more and more strategy calls them out, and then you do have to do some work by multi-aligning historical data on candlesticks, as many as you can, and sometimes that might move it from the exact point. One of the things that I'm finding disturbing watching the market up here is because of these, it keeps flashing, whereas over here I get a solid number on the market maker. And I'm finding that it's hard to follow that. I skipped it. I missed it on the 50-cent one back there earlier, and I couldn't zoom in there. So I'm worried about this particular thing, using it for me. And this is why I need to beta test these things, that it might be too much data on one line, that I might want to make this these a different line. Let's see if I can move it to the bottom. Would even be nicer down here in the bottom of it, but I don't think it. I think the Thinkorswim platform does all the labels at the top without doing major rewriting. I had to major rewrite this one, the volume. I call it the price action volume, I guess is what I'm going to call it, rather than volume profile, which is what they call it, because it is different, but it's similar strategy. And you don't have to go through all the steps. Once I complete this, you just load it in all these arrows, and it's set for that day. Will already be all set, and it just don't have to do anything except read it, and that's what I'm shooting toward right now, to get it completely kind of idiot proof for all of us. Everybody's nice and green. Is everybody over 5? There's a couple 3Ks. Hey, I think I'm actually in the lead today. I'm usually second or third, but am I actually in the lead today? Oh, we're right neck and neck. Yeah. Oh. One of the reasons is because one of the main guy that always beats me isn't trading today. He's trading the open. He's continuing to trade the open through strategy 5 of the open book, and he's an amazing trader. He'll probably have way more than this if he keeps trading the open past the 11 o'clock time. He'll probably be in the 10 to 20K range. Those strategies are just insane. Okay. Oh yeah, I wanted to answer a question somebody asked. What was the hat with the horses? And those are my horses in Iceland, man. I love the horses in Iceland. They are a little lower, and they have and I like spending time there too. Their gait is much smaller, so I'm almost 6'4", so I look quite odd on it. Almost looks like I'm riding a pony when I ride the horses over there. But that's what that hat was, the horse ranch. And I usually try to wear a hat that means something to me, you know, but I don't often. Wow, I usually reverse right there. I'm going to take that. What was that? That happened so fast. I broke 8K, so I reversed at the fib. Wow, that was that was incredible. So is it still going to go down? Wow, I shouldn't have. It's broke the fib, man. Okay. I didn't. I was too busy talking about myself, and I missed this. I missed analyzing what to do here, and I just instantly reversed, and I shouldn't have before I looked at it because it had broken it with too much power. I probably, if I reversed, oh man. So this is why I have $1,000 max loss. So is it actually going to trade below the Fibonacci now? Yeah, I'm concerned now. I think I'm going to have to take a loss here. So the question is how much of a less of a loss am I going to take here? Too bad. Yeah, because it's barely going up. Yeah, I'm just going to take that. Wow, that was a big hit. That was a big hit. So I'm at 219.49. I think I lost $700. Yes, as I feared, I am no longer in the lead. All right, well, that's where you get distracted. That's what happens when you get distracted. It seemed to me like it was going to keep plummeting, and I was just like, it pulled back up to only 400 down for me. And then when I finally made my decision, it was like 700 down. Yes. Okay. I'm going to try to gain back what I had there. Now, I'm doing just exactly what I said I didn't want to do. And I got some slippage on that quick flip around there. I'm trying to get back over 8K where I was by catching these tiny moves, which is extremely dangerous. I'm looking for a dip to go back long again. Seems like it is going to turn around now, right when I've decided to go short with it. I thought I could catch a little bump. I'm going to take a lesser loss there. So I'm at 79. It's another losing trade. This is a reversal sign. Yeah, nothing else is saying it though, is it, guys? Look at everything else. It's still strong downward move. So I gotta take that. I gotta take that. I'm gonna try to catch these little ones. Maybe I'll catch up the 600 I fell behind from the last time I was actually able to look. Oh my God. Is it going to keep going up? Look at this telling, the volume's dropping is the problem. But this is high, but the volume's dropping as it goes down. Everything else says down, down, down. But the magnet in the previous price action says go up. You're never going to get, it's very rare you get 100% alignment. MACD is saying down. RSI is saying you're almost too far down. And I don't like that this volume's going down with the sellers as I'm in a short position. It might be that around 7K is going to be my mark today, which is fine. You've got to take these chances to ever make the first 5K. You've got to, it seems so smooth in the beginning for me, right? Like, oh, it can't go wrong. Well, it can go wrong. in a split second. You can lose $1,000 on 3 trades in a row. And that's another time that I would stop. If I lose 3 trades in a row, I stop. Kind of another reason why I grabbed a quick profit in there. It's like, it's not in a row. It's definitely channeling there between the 1991 and the 1925. It's definitely holding a channel there, which is interesting. As the volume plummets, we get deeper into the time of the strategy. I'm going to look for that 25 area to get out if it gets down that low before I reverse again. Unless it just really goes against me above the 91 level there. That's the 219.91 I'm talking about. Up to that fib would be my point of no return, where I'm like, I've made an error, take a loss, get out. I really want a sip of coffee, but I don't think I can take my finger off the button. 35, 36, 34, 42. Is it going to go down any lower? 35, or is that it? That might be my spot. I want to go long again. I'm just trying to get the best possible spot. Come on. Get a little lower. Get down to the 20 in the 20s. 37, 40. Ah, that might have been it. It's going back up. 50. I'm looking at the market maker. 42, 41, 39, 37, 40. All data wants me to turn around in my mind right now, but that's just in my mind because there it is. All right, I got it at 23. I'm playing this level strong above everything else right now, and the fact that there's a tug this way. So, but the scalping indicator did not tell me to do that. In fact, the volume went up with the sellers. So that was the only thing from experience of doing this so many years that I gave this more weight. So that's what I'm doing right now. And it's working out fine. Well, I might break 10K today. Was not what I was expecting. Wow, can it get up to that fib? It's stopping dead at that line like it wants to go back down. That's 18. It's stopping at 220 sharp. It's just like a wall. There it goes. Okay, I got to take it there. Where did I get that at? 16? 220.16. So I'm with the ATR and the fib there. I'm looking at that's a solid wall, splat, and it's going to go down. Again, predominantly going down. We have gone outside the RV strategy technically. You know, we are getting a retesting of the escalator strategy, which would mean when it retests, it shoots down. So I am kind of using that, although it's consolidated so close to the ATR that you can't be sure, you know, that the escalator strategy's kicked in yet, but it does look like it's, you know, that was part of it. I'd like to see this pull down. I'm surprised it hasn't. And I'm worried that there might be something wrong with my script, because to me, with this much price action down here, that's 237,000 right there. It seems that should pull down, you know, to me. But you don't ever really know, you know. And there's a lot of big dumps, and you know, that come in, and you don't know why these big funds are moving prices at certain areas at certain times of the day, and you can't be sure when they're all going to do that. And they dump, you know, hundreds of thousands of shares at once that can move the totally skew everything you're looking at, completely turn it upside down, like it's not working. So you just don't know. It's just your probabilities and outcome, you know, constantly change, and probabilities versus the outcome. You have to always assume the trade's going to go against you. Just assume it, and then you're more protected that way. So stick to your trading plan, your max loss. This is some serious consolidation in these levels. This historical data is amazingly helpful right now. I'm absolutely using this. I'm thinking that it's going to reject again, but the more it hits up here, it's kind of making a flat top, and that is a little worrisome. If we get a flat top breakout, I'm in the wrong position. As you can see up there, I was right at 0, like I'm right at the even position 2016. So I'm right at this 2016, right at that fib level is where I'm holding. So it's bam, 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 wanting to go down. I need it to go down, and then I'll get out. And we're almost at time, and we have about 5 minutes left. But it's either going to break here or it's going to break here. So I am now hoping it's going to break here and follow the escalator strategy type rule, as well as just overall down today. But it does feel a bit like a gamble. I mean, but if you look here, look at everybody else is saying down, 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 except just this most current candle here. So all the 15, 30-minute, 1 hour, and 4 hour are all saying we're trading down. Now the 5 minute does have 2 doji. That's a reversal sign. Don't want to see that in this short position. But the 15-minute is strong down. Volume is way down with the buyers. These are all things I'm looking at to convince me to hold this position. Now we have everything starting to line up that it might break through here, because this is good stuff. Sellers went up past the buyers. This percentage is higher. You know, we have multi-candlestick, multi-chart alignment all going down, and we hit a resistance ceiling right here. So for the last 3 minutes, I'm going to keep my bet that it's going down. I broke 10K. Now that's a psychological level here that makes me just want to get out of the trade. But really, it's finally showing what I was waiting for and being tortured through, that it's at least going to get in this area. It should, but now look what it just did to me. It just wants to toy with you. Every time I say something, it wants to say, no, no, no. Like one of the indicators, the manifesting indicator that the $1 Million Margin Club's going to have is like, I'm going to manifest this price action to go the way I want. Right now, and unfortunately, there's a bunch of you wanting it to go the other way. So who has the stronger power of the force? You know, they have that prayer indicator, and it's like some people think it's garbage that you can't affect any outcome through prayer, and then other would say you absolutely can. So you can't just disregard it, because if people are taking trades based on their beliefs, then they could come true. Here we go. No, I was about to say something. I'm not going to say it. Right? Yeah, no, there's still a minute and a half. This is what I was waiting for, so I can cover right here. Be nice amount over 10K. But I've been waiting all this time. I'd like to see a breakout down there. Okay, so now if it reverses off here, oh, there we go, there we go, there we go. I knew you wanted to do that. I knew you wanted to do that. Come on. Here we go, guys. We knew all the while. This is the big one, guys. This is the big one. When this candle closes, expect a big dip. This is the big one. It's dipping ahead of time, actually. This is the big one. This is why multi-candle alignment works for you. Everybody that's been watching is going to either add or, get in right there, right when that changes. So there it goes. See, that's why you want multi-candle alignment, on your either a bunch of open charts or the way that I have it here. So I'm going to be looking at that fib. So that was a strong move right at that level. I'm glad we saw a good example of that, because that's what happens. Yeah, I'm just going to take it there, guys. 11K. That's a double Fibonacci hit, and I decided to I could keep going. Yeah, well, that was at 10:30, so now I regret getting out, because I could have probably went up to 12K. But I don't like the fact that this didn't pull down. I'll have to work on that and make sure that's actually accurate. But anyway, guys, that is the RV strategy with the indicators that I have here. I hope it was enjoyable for you. Go ahead and look on the information to get this and the layout for free. I'm ever tweaking things. Now, this is the one without all the volume levels that I had. That one would be on the day before. So it just depends on if you want the cleaner look without the volume. I decided I would rather have it because I was looking at the volume elsewhere and using this and using the dashboard and using my knowledge of how to read charts just generally. Okay, guys, I apologize. Yesterday when I turned off the recording, I turned it off prematurely. I was pushing the button. I don't know what I was thinking. I just moved it over as I was mid-sentence and just pressed stop. But listen, thanks for watching. Be careful out there. Always stay inquisitive, and go green, guys, and I will see you next time.